I went on a particular trip to Puebla, and I went with a friend of mine, Caesar, and we decided to go on a couple different, like it's called a Ruta de Mezcal. And I met this very curious guy. There was the last spot that we went to visit, and it was raining like crazy, and we had to go take shelter somewhere because the roads were super ugly. Like we were in the mountains, and there was a lot of things coming down from the mountain, and we couldn't drive home. And of course, we came with a good friend of his, and he was excited to see us because maybe he was a little bored or whatever, and he started showing us everything he had. I tried his, it's called Arroqueño, we call it Arroqueño Poblano. But I tried this mezcal, and I actually started crying. And I started crying, he started crying because he was super drunk, and we all just had a really good cheers. I looked at the guy and I said, dude, I've never tried a mezcal this good in my life. And I said, hey, could I bring this back to Vallarta and use it in our tastings? Yeah, so right now we are going to the scale, and that's the agave truck right in front of us. And they had to do 2 deliveries because this batch is so big. They couldn't fit it all in one truck, so they've been driving all of yesterday and all today back and forth. But we need to go to the scale to know how much agave are in the truck so they can get paid, basically. I first came here 4 years ago because I was on like a vacation with some friends. And I got bored with my friends, and I was single at the time, so I was on Bumble and I met Ileana, and I promised her that I would be back. I didn't tell her when or anything like that, I don't think. But I came back maybe 3 more times before I decided that I wanted to move to Mexico.
Él estaba en una cumbre de negocios aquí y yo estaba desquiciada. Entonces estábamos en la app y se dio, hicimos match, salimos y la verdad es que igual fue una primera cita y del mismo modo creo que tiene una historia de arraigo con la cultura mexicana increíble.
I mentioned that my grandma is from Guadalajara. But the story kind of all comes together when my Polish grandfather, he was a World War II refugee. I don't know if you know this or not, but Mexico is really nice with refugees. They're really good with letting people in and letting people stay here when their country, you know, is at war. This is a photo of my grandpa, by the way, when he was at the camp in León, Guanajuato, and here he is on a donkey and somebody's taking him for a ride. He would show me these photos, and he would talk about his love for Mexico and how beautiful Mexico was, and he kind of identified more with being a Mexican than a Polish person. So he spoke perfect Spanish. He drank tequila. He shot guns. He did a lot of like interesting things like mariachi records and all that stuff. Like he felt like he was a Mexican.
Bueno, recibimos primero a los clientes, les ofrecemos un cóctel de bienvenida y agua y que se relajen un poquito. Ya que los conocimos un poco, empezamos el tour aquí en este cuarto que es nuestra cava. Les explicamos un poquito el proceso de añejamiento y platicamos de temas generales sobre el tequila, destilados de agave, la diferencia entre tequila y mezcal, un poquito de la historia del rancho, cuánto tiempo lleva la familia aquí, a qué se dedicaba antes el rancho, que fue un restaurante, fue una granja. Y después caminamos, platicamos mucho de la historia del agave, tequilas, mezcales, raicilla, destilados en general.
Yeah, no, it's not really my first time. I'm a big fan of agave spirits, but I really wanted to have my family, my friends sort of experience a lot of the different agave spirits. I'm a big fan of Mexican culture and also the agave spirit, so I essentially just wanted to make sure that they also had a really positive experience just because of my own passion and love for it. It has definitely changed my experience. I think having the privilege to travel and just be here and experience the distillery and also just learn about the history of the ranch, but also the process, has really opened my eyes into agave spirits. And, you know, I feel very fortunate to have my closest friends and family and also just share my own passion, my love for it. So for me, like having that opportunity to really experience small batch, but also just local tasting tequilas was really, really important. So I'm really happy that I was able to do that today.
No teníamos mucho de relación cuando empezamos a platicar. Pues de hecho creo la segunda vez que Greg vino a verme a México yo lo traje a la finca. Tuvimos un fin de semana aquí juntos, las cabañas, la alberca, y pues de repente fue como que, oye, vamos haciendo algo. E insisto, de ahí se platicó y ya no se soltó la idea.
So I started learning more about raicilla and visiting producers around the area and making friends with them. And I said, hey, can I start bringing people here? Because at the time, nobody was really coming to these tabernas in the mountain. So I started doing tours. And the tours were going really, really well. And all the raicilleros were like, dude, just why don't you have this beautiful ranch, why don't you do something closer to Vallarta? You'll get a lot more people that way. Even though that they knew I wouldn't be bringing them business anymore. But I brought a lot of people to them for almost a year, and they're like, dude, you should do your own thing too. It was kind of their idea. At first, I didn't want to do something like that because I felt like I might have been stepping on their toes. But once multiple raicilleros said, hey, dude, you should do that, that's when I was like, okay, maybe I have their blessing and it's actually okay, you know, maybe no te preocupes.
Pues mira, lo importante que se sepa es que este todo es un proceso, ¿no? Y no es fácil. Sacar un líquido no es fácil. Aquí, para hacerles una botella de vino, hay que sacrificar noche, día, en la friega. Y, y deben saber que una botella para sacarla no es fácil, no es sencillo.
Desde que recibes la piña, desde que la tienes que partir, desde que tienes que poner el horno, desde que echar el agave al horno, sacarlo, molerlo, fermentarlo, destilarlo. La verdad que son días o es un mes y medio de trabajo exhaustivo. Es un trabajo muy cansado, es un trabajo muy extenuante, requiere muchísimas manos y bueno, cuando uno conoce el proceso y cómo tarda o la labor de hacer todo este producto, pues obviamente es cuando te das cuenta de por qué tienen este valor las cosas, ¿no? O por qué la gente los atesora tanto.
Y de veras que lo que no se trabaja con las manos, no le das un gran valor. Y la verdad a nosotros nos ha costado dejar las uñas a veces en la tierra y por eso lo amamos tanto.
No ha habido un día en que no se trabaje en conjunto. Aquí el trabajo de toda mi familia está aquí.
There's nothing more special to us than making somebody's vacation. Like a lot of people, they'll tell us that this is the best thing that they've done all of their vacation, or sometimes it's the only thing they do.
Creo yo que el tasting que hacemos nosotros vale mucho la pena porque es una cata muy compleja. Al fin y al cabo, Greg hizo sus estudios en eso, es un sommelier en destilados de agave. Entonces creo que la cata está muy bien dirigida. Aprendes mucho, es algo sí turístico, puedes pasar un buen rato, el clima suele ser muy agradable, estás en un contacto completo con la naturaleza. Aquí puedes escuchar, si pones atención, puedes escuchar muchos tipos de pájaros cantar. Entonces es el contacto con la naturaleza, es lo que aprendes, es el recorrido, creo que es un mix de muchas cosas.
Pero en general la gente viene como muy abiertos a la experiencia y a lo mejor no saben realmente qué es lo que va a pasar durante su actividad acá en la finca. Entonces, por lo general, la gente viene un poquito más cohibida, un poquito más tímidos. Y ya cuando sienten la calidad de todo el equipo acá, pues ya se empiezan a soltar un poquito, nos empiezan a contar también ellos su experiencia.
We find a big responsibility here when you're going to drive maybe a half hour to an hour out here in the middle of nowhere. And you might not know what to expect, and you come out here and you walk away with a different understanding, but also with your mind like really expanded, and that you might have brought your girlfriend or your wife or your friends, and everybody is like, this is the best thing we've done the entire trip. So it really means a lot to us, yeah.
¿Y qué queremos darle al mundo? Pues queremos que conozcan lo que es Finca, los valores que hay. Tenemos mucha historia aquí en Finca, entonces queremos darlo a conocer eso, ¿no? Es lo que queremos que conozca la gente, que se enamore de un producto local, pero que también se enamore de su historia. Eso es lo que queremos nosotros darle a conocer, ¿no?
Donde hay elote, hasta donde tope. Cuando no hay un pope, hasta donde tope. Cuando no hay, this is in English. Hope. Hasta donde tope, chicos. Saludos. I quit my job. I sold everything, and I was looking for a change too. It was an accidental opportunity, and it happened to be like a thing where the stars aligned, and I had a chance to really do something different. Yeah.